The rate of divorce after 50 has doubled since 1990, and it continues to rise. For couples who have been married for decades, things like division of property and assets can be a more intricate process. You need experienced legal counsel like our next guest. Please welcome attorneys Shannon Boudreaux and Kevin Hunter from Boudreaux Hunter Associates. Good morning.
Hi, good morning. Thank you.
All right. So a lot of things apply the same as any divorce, but other things, as I mentioned, when you've been married for a long time, there can be more wealth or more property or more assets, and that's kind of harder to untangle.
Well, what's hard in gray divorce or silver divorce or divorces when you're 50 years or older. And it's harder to bounce back when you're getting divorced at that age.
Yeah, because you just basically expect your wealth to drop by about 50%.
50%. And it impacts women more than men, because women typically might have been, this is the baby boomer generation also. So women were typically the homemakers and the men were typically the breadwinners. So the women who've been out of the workforce for so long have a harder time doing that re-entry after 50.
Right, and of course we always hear, but it's half. It's, you know, community property, community debt, it's half. Not necessarily, not all the time, right?
It's whatever is fair and equitable, depending on the facts and circumstances.
Yeah, but this is where you really need to seek guidance from lawyers, but also financial advisors, CPAs, because as I mentioned before, there's more things to kind of go through.
That's right. You definitely want to come see us for your legal advice, but also consult a financial planner, because you want to find out how you're going to maximize the money that you're going to receive or the property you're going to get at your divorce. You want to maximize that income or income stream for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
And also see a CPA, which is very important. Some of the division that you might get or money you might get might have taxable implications to it.
Right, and you want to make sure you know how long it's going to last, especially if you don't have a chance to make earned new income, right?
That's right. And plus we're living longer now.
Yeah, absolutely. Spousal maintenance, that's the other thing that sometimes we'll hear, like there was a divorce in California, there was alimony and she got $1 billion a month, right?
Yeah.
Or he got $1 billion a month, because it goes both ways. Alimony in Texas is different.
Texas's version of alimony is called spousal maintenance. And you know, people see and they hear things, what happens in California. They come into our office a lot and they're like, I've been married for 10 years, I want spousal maintenance, give me spousal maintenance. And it's not that easy.
There are factors and time that you take into account.
Yeah, for example, if you're taking care of a child with some disabilities and you're going to be the primary caretaker.
That is correct. If the spouse requesting spousal maintenance has a disability, whether it's physical or mental, they can receive spousal maintenance. If they're caring for a child who has a disability, whether it's physical or mental, they can receive some spousal maintenance.
And what about the termination of that maintenance?
The termination of the maintenance depends upon if, well, obviously if one spouse dies, the termination stops. If the spouse receiving maintenance gets remarried, it stops. Or if the spouse receiving maintenance moves in with a boyfriend or girlfriend, and the judge finds that they're living together, it can stop.
You can see now why we need lawyers, right? Because it gets very intricate. The tax implications that you talked about, even things like who's going to pay the taxes, is that split equally, or what's going to happen there, right? Social Security, spousal benefits?
Spousal benefit, well, with regard to the taxes, the new tax laws have changed. In the past, the paying spouse got to receive the tax break, and the receiving spouse got to claim that on their income tax return as income. Now with the changes, it's not a taxable implication for either side. The paying spouse doesn't get the break, and the receiving spouse doesn't get the have to claim it as income on their income tax returns.
And then there are things that people aren't even thinking about. I think initially you're thinking about how do we get out and get what we can when we get out. But then there's other even things they forget about, like changing your will, for example.
You always have to update those things if you have a major life event, like Shannon's been talking about. So you have families, you want to include them in those decisions with the update and what's going on, especially if even though the kids have moved out, they're still a part of your life, right?
Yeah, and then ending it all, find something to do. That is so important.
That's right. You need to adjust to your new normal, find something to do, adopt a pet, reconnect with old friends and family.
Yeah, and even knowing that, are you going to have the house that you had before? You might move into a smaller space and then own that space, right?
Right.
All right.
Start exercising, start dancing.
Yeah, start dancing at the Space City Theaters. All right, well, to get in touch with Boudreaux Hunter Associates, you can call them at 713-333-4430, 713-333-4430, or for more information, log on to bhlawtexas.com, and they handle all types of family law.